Hi everyone, welcome to another sometime episode of Sealed Deck Shenanigans. So this is one where I sort of randomly alternate between this and what would usually be this old deck, just as the mood takes me. If you've not seen these videos before, I'm using a bit of an unusual format here. Yes, I'm building a sealed deck, but it's not the usual size that you'd be used to. So anybody that's done a pre-release or any type of sort of official or semi-official sealed deck event will probably be more familiar with the equivalent to about 6 booster packs type sealed deck. So what's that, 90 cards, isn't it? Yeah, 90 cards. So this is a format that I picked up on playing Magic the Gathering online back in the day, and for a period of time, I don't even know if it's even still a thing, but for a period of time they had a format where they used 4 packs to build a 30 card deck. So usually for things like pre-releases and other things, it would be 6 packs to build a 40 card. So this is 4 packs to build a 30. And I think the first time I used it was a great way of doing sealed deck with Dollarama repacks, which back in the early days were 10 cards. So you had like 6 packs of those, and then build a 30 card deck from that. The interesting thing with the format as well is it's very susceptible to milling in the right, with the right set. So if there is a mill strategy in a set, then with a deck that's smaller and the right cards, milling does become a sort of viable strategy in its format. So it just depends on the set. But it's an interesting format to play around with. It also allows you to build decks pretty quickly because there's less cards to worry about. So that's the other reason I pick it. But whenever I want a bit of fun, just going through the motions of building a deck, and I don't want to spend too long, it's a good thing to do. So yeah, equivalent of 6 regular boosters with early sets where the card number might be different, like say 12 in a pack 8. You just adjust the number of boosters. So like, if you've got a set where there's 8 cards in a pack, then obviously you're going to need around 8 packs to give you somewhere in that 60 card thing. And we've got another one of those coming up soon, actually, where I'm going to do one with a set where there was slightly less cards in the back. Or in there, I think, well, considerably less, because it'll be a set with only 8 cards in a pack. So when you build the deck, you've got a breakdown of roughly 12, 13 lands to 18 or 17 other cards, very roughly. So think of just a 60 card deck, but just scaling everything down proportionally to a 30 card deck. So let's say half of everything. So instead of 24 lands, it's 12. So it's fairly easy to do. I thought we were going to be graced by the presence of Mav today, but he came, he saw, and he buggered off. So we won't get his... Normally he falls asleep. I still have to set up the Mav cam yet. Something I do need to do. Hopefully, enjoyed his first episode of his coding podcast. I was impressed at what a good podcasting voice he has, actually, which surprised me. But yeah, he's a amusing cat, and we love him to bits. But he doesn't give a shit, which is really funny. He's lovely. He's got a good temperament, but he just he does his own thing, which is great considering that's his name when we got him. He was already called Maverick, so we stuck with that. But he was, when I just prior to shooting this video, we had Canada Day, and although he's an indoor cat, he has means to sort of see the outside world, and he was just late at night, just looking out, watching the fireworks in the neighbourhood like going off. Yeah. No, there's not many things spook him. The only thing he doesn't like is he doesn't like the electric mower up close. That's the only thing. Yeah. But he's fine when it's at a distance. But yeah, thunder doesn't seem to bother him, and he's not deaf or anything like that. But yeah, he has a very laid-back demeanour. So back from that into what we're doing here. If we take a look, we'll see that, as I've said, we've got 60 cards to start with. I've already, gone on to MTG Gen and generated, a virtual set of 4 packs to give 60 cards, and we're going to be doing Urza here. I've got Urza's block actually. So for this, because it's Urza's block, what I did was with 4, so it was 2, 1 and 1. So 2 from the first set of the block, 1 from the second and 1 from the third. So I give you an interesting overview of the set, which is another reason to do this. And let's dive in and just see what we can end up. I notice we've got some dark ritual here. So at the moment I've just got it by different types. I'm just getting a bit of an overview. Nice thing about doing this in this sort of program, so we're in Architect, is the perspective it affords you. I'm sure, we've all had that experience of trying to build a deck in real life, and everything's like laid out in a certain way, and things can get very confusing. But it's nice that I can sort of go in and just group by categories. Let's have a look at. I should be able to do by rarity here. There we go. So what rares have we got? Child of Gaia. Trample during your upkeep. Pay 2 green or sacrifice. 7/7, 3 and 3 green. Pretty heavy investment in green there. You see off to the side here, as I've got some nice land artwork that I've just sideboarded, which was obviously not part of the packs, but it just makes building the final deck a little bit easier to add those in. Greater good. Sacrifice a creature, draw cards equal to sacrifice creature's power. Choose and discard 3 cards. Could mono green be a thing? I think what I'll do is I will organise these. Palincron comes into play untapped up to 7 lands. Palincron to its hand. Wow. Yeah, the cards in this block are stupidly powerful. Okay. 2. At the beginning of upkeep, you may put a fuse counter. Sacrifice it. Destroy each creature. Number of fuse counters. It's an interesting wrath effect. And it's a May. Okay. So keep that. Let's have a look just while we're at it. With this sort of fixed in our head. So in terms of where the rares might be leading us. See, yeah, we've got a lot of green there. So really we would want to go mono green. I don't know if we could get away with is green black viable? There's quite a bit of green here. We could go. We'll see if we've got more than we need. We need at least 18 cards. I could do 13 lands and 17 actually, seeing as we've got triple green. That might be a good move. Okay, this might be a fairly easy build. I want to have a look if I do by type. Let's just see what our removal looks like. Okay, artifact removal. Well, that with cycling, that we would definitely want to sideboard, wouldn't we? I think that's the case. Yeah. Just want to repopulate, peace and quiet, destroy 2 target enchantments. I'm trying to remember if enchantments are a big thing in the set or not. Well, let's assume would green white be a thing? That's the question. We got fertile ground. So many things here are pulling me into green. Power cake. Okay. We do have a forbidding watchtower. I notice there's a voice of reason. Flying pro blue. What about... What I'm actually doing is I was originally trying to find to see if we've got any removal. So that is one of our reasons for playing black. Oh, there's a Mutani's Decree. What did that do? Okay, definitely got stuff blowing up enchantments. So, unless we've got... Okay, we've got Venomous Fangs. Right, let's just group this by colour then. So we have 12 green cards, but we can... So 16 in total. Okay. So none of these do I have enough, even in combination with all of the colourless cards, to go totally mono. Particular colour, I don't think. 13 plus 4 is blue the closest. That takes me up to 17. So I could do it in blue if I wanted to do mono blue. But we don't have... Dear me, this is not good. Yeah, there's not really enough creatures, is there? We can't really go... We could go... How many elves are we seeing here? Is that... 3. Decisions. I'd probably want to go, it's pretty aggressive, so we would, for red, we would probably want to go red-black. Oh, there's a mana leech. Red-black, 18. Builds itself. That's amusing. Mono blue fairies. No, I don't know. It's not really. I got quite a few creatures in blue. It could be a thing. Fairies and wizards. If we sort by type again and do by colour, what does that show us? Okay, so definitely, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green. 1, 2, 3, fine okay, blue's looking good in that respect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a bit thin on the ground. Why don't we be, let's be ruthless here. Let me just move one of these and I can drag the rest. So if I move this to the maybe board, I should, drag not spoiled in screen, drag categories, that's it. So we need to drag in categories, okay. There we go. That's better. Why are you not dragging right? I'll do it for that. Take that out. And then these. Whoops, scrap. Ended up in the sideboard by mistake. Oh, come on you. Meant to put that in the maybe board. Right. Fender of Chaos. Voice of Reason. Could do blue white flyers. I'm just going to get the red out of here for the moment. I'm sure there is some sort of aggressive red build in there with either white or black. Okay. Let me leave those in. Yeah, definitely might be a aggressive red-white deck in here. Seeing an anti-artifact theme. Let's just see what blue-white looks like. These three could be, yeah, there's so many different combinations here that I could potentially do. But let's just, for ease, let's just pick one particular angle, I think. My trouble is whenever I'm doing this sort of thing, it's probably a pretty good chance that I end up just in blue-white. Mana value. Let's just see what the curve looks like already. Right. Oh, that's actually, I know we've got too many cards in here at the moment. We need to get this down with 27. Obviously all the cards, we need to get just the cards before we add in the land. We need to get that down to about 18, so we need to cut quite a number here, but already it's actually looking like a pretty reasonable curve. So top end we've got Tormented Angel, 3 in a white, Voice of Reason, 2/2, Flying Protection from blue. I have to be careful here whether there's any auras that we wouldn't be able to then cast them on the Voice of Reason. And then Pendrel Drake, 2/3 with Flying, 3 in a blue with Cycling. Okay, I think we're going to go with this. Wow. First strike, yep. I'm going to sideboard that. Enchant creature card in your hand. Is that? What if we've got any ETB stuff here that's worth bouncing? Tricky. Oh, I forgot about this, yeah. So that's our top end. Okay. Right, burst of energy, untap a target permanent. +1/+1. One of your opponents casts a creature spell. Not really. Oh, of course you can't drag it in this, can you? Damn it. Null, Sandbar Murphy, 1/1 for 1 with Cycling. Doesn't do a lot of damage, that. Flying protection from artifacts. Let's sideboard that. Or in this case, maybe board it, because I've got my land in the sideboard. If I want to potentially blowing up my own stuff. How are we doing? 24. Okay, so we want to sideboard this, or maybe board it. Target spell. Rune Protection blue. We're getting there. Cloud of Fairies. Anything interesting here that doesn't have flying that we would like to give flying to? Interesting. Unblockable. Is that really? I'm a bit thin on removal here. During your upkeep, pay this creature's casting cost or sacrifice it. Judging by the amount of enchantments generally, maybe I want to main board the annul. Tap a target permanent. Let's get that out of the picture for the moment. Two. What else can we cut back on here? 2 drops. We do have everything else. Most things in here actually do have flying. It's only the wizards and the knight maybe that don't. Is that right? I don't know if I want to give flying to the merfolk. This is always handy when you've got really nice big creature that doesn't have flying, but I don't know whether I'm going to take that out. This creature. Sideboard that. Right. 19. One more cut. Fairies deals 1 damage. Okay, it's a pinger. Unblockable. +1 +1. One 5. It's a good blocker. Decisions. Just take it out for the moment. Okay. Right, what are we looking like? 30 white, 70 blue. 7 drop magical Christmas land. What didn't why did that not go across? There we go. That's better. So it is rather convenient, though. I don't think any of our white cards have got double white, so well, that's good. 12 lands. So what do we want to do? If I did 8 and 4, let's just add this in. So that will be 8 and 4. Oops. Main board those. There's our 30 card deck. I probably absolutely decimated the creatures here. Not too bad. Oh, no, actually, saying that, that's pretty good. That's 13 out of 18. Right, okay. Boom. Well, let's go into the play tester. Let's just do a few sample hands. So, okay, so that one. So we're getting, I think all of those we've had at least 2 land, except for the first one. Okay. Let's go back out again. So this was the original hand, I think. Draw. Yeah. So that's not good. Oh, we're in luck. What's that? I could get that out. So we are a bit behind now, but it looks like we're okay now. Yeah, okay. keep that. Okay, that's not too bad. Can we? Yeah, not yet. We could go Cloud of Fairies into Wizard Mentor if we had an extra land there, which we could. Yeah, so next turn we could do that. Okay. Well, interesting thing to play around with. Obviously, there's a few more things. I mean, looking at how I've filtered this down. Whoops, what did I do there? Other stuff I'd probably want to try is red black maybe, and I'd be curious as to what I think blue black would be pretty cool, but I'd probably want to ditch let's just order this by mana value. Probably won't want to ditch this, I think, and maybe some of the double blue stuff perhaps. If I did that, might be an idea. Yeah, but yeah, I'm thinking very interesting. Some cool cards in it. I mean, as you can see, there were certain things that the set, the block as a whole, sort of lent into, and obviously that's going to affect your sideboard choices. I mean, there's probably some things there that I put into a sideboard that should have probably been mainboarded, just because of the way the set was made up. So thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I will catch you in a future episode.